Strange the desire for certain pleasures is part of my pain. Now, what do you suppose Khalil Gibran was referring to when he said that? Unrequited love? Probably. Of course, that's not what I thought of when I first read that several decades ago. First thing I thought of is something that I always say, is that most of our long-term pain is coming from some of our short-term pleasures. And you know what we do with our pleasures, don't you, my friends? That's why we run to denial to protect those pleasures. We live in a fantasy land. We trick, we hide, we lie, we delude, we deceive, we cover up, we overcompensate, we rationalize, we intellectualize, we generalize, we minimize, we blame, we bargain, we harbor illusions, we pretend it's not our fault, and then what do? We go looking for excuses so we don't have to do this, don't we? We love to hear good news about our bad habits. And you're always going to find it, aren't you? Oh, look, I just read a study. Coffee's good for you. Oh, the wine, it's good for us. Indeed, my friends, we are in a major state of denial, individually and collectively. And remember, denial strikes twice. It keeps us from finding the knowledge we need. It keeps us from applying the knowledge we need. If we don't have the knowledge, we can't do anything. So that's always the first step. We have to acknowledge the fact that we don't know, that we're missing information. And if we don't do that, we'll never go looking. So we have to be willing to accept the fact that we might have false knowledge in our belief system. And that's not easy to do. How do you get someone out of denial? How do you convince a heroin addict that their life would be better without their drug of choice? You can't convince them that. They already know it's a fair trade. I couldn't live my life if I didn't have my heroin, if I didn't have my drug of choice. And we all have our own little drug of choice, don't we? At least in our society, most of us are eating the wrong food. And we're totally clueless. We're totally unaware that what we're doing on a daily basis is the reason why we have all this pain. So yes, some of our pleasures are part of our pain. There is a connection there, my friends, and it's quite ironic, isn't it? That most of our pain is coming from some of our short-term pleasures. But all good addicts, they go running to denial. And how do we help people who are in denial? Not a whole lot we can do. Most drug addicts, including, which is a food addict, they pretty much have to hit rock bottom, don't they? So most people who find out about a raw vegan diet have done so because it was offered as a solution for the problems that they were having. And guess what? It works for most people. The only problem is our ideal diet, our species-specific diet, is only our ideal diet in an ideal world. We don't live there anymore. And yes, I talk about this all the time because now we have two groups of needs to satisfy. Oh, it can't be our ideal diet, we have to supplement. No, you can't use that as an excuse. We have to supplement because we've damaged the society and our environment and ourselves. Now we have this other group of needs. So it gets a little more complicated once we get to that point, but the hardest part is to wake up the masses. And that's where you guys play your role. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm loving the people that are commenting on, coming and answering people's questions on my channel. You guys are just doing a great job. I can't thank you enough. I don't have much time to put into too many comments. And you guys are really helping me out a lot, so I really want to thank each and every one of y'all from the bottom of my heart for helping me on my journey. Because we're all in this together, and the people who are on my YouTube channel, my subscribers, you guys realize that. And if we can just keep doing what we're doing, my friends, if we can just keep persevering, we'll all be in for a treat.